skate support. Now, I just want to thank you all for watching my videos. They're awesome. The fact that you guys watch them is awesome. It's up to you guys to judge whether the video is awesome. But I'm doing some reviews again. So today I'm reviewing what I have. So I'm comparing it with things that I have previously used and what I still have and use and what I know is out there on the market. So the first thing I'm going to review is the Inertian Aspect motor. I know that on the forums there's a lot of talk about, are the Aspect good? Are they better? Are they worth the price increase? This is difficult to answer, guys, without you guys knowing exactly why they're higher priced. Through my time doing electric skateboards, I've dealt with Hobby King motors. Everyone has, I would say. NTM motors, they were like, everyone went for 50mm motors back then. And they were sweet. They did the job. They weren't as efficient as some. Biggest thing for me is you would get a rock in them and that's it. Like, you'd get a short and they'll go. Or they'll just seize up. They'll develop knocking and things like that. I've ridden SK3s. Now, SK3s are bigger. They're about the same as the 6374 motor. Now, the thing is that they're similar in size. SK3 or inertian motor. The Inertian Aspect, and I know this because I've built my own motors. I've built hub motors. I've done so many variations of hub motors, and I know now, the same as I would say that Hamina and anyone else who's made motors from scratch knows what makes a good motor. And there's a lot of different things that make that. So, the Inertian Aspect. This is brand new. I went and I didn't get this for free. I'm not promoting Inertian just because. I'm not saying that his motors are the best motors out there, because no one can say that. But they are good. In the box, you get 2 C-clips. What is this for? Well, that's for a mechanical lock. Why do we have the mechanical lock on the motor? If you look at this motor here, you can see the keyway. And then here is a little groove for that C-clip and another one there. When I first started building electric skateboards, the thing that I struggled with most is keeping a cog or the pulley on the motor. Now, why is that? Because an NTM motor didn't have a keyway built into it. I had no way to keep that on there. So then I started going to Alien Power Systems to get motors. His motors are good. I know that they were good quality, and he's gone through different suppliers, and I've gone through the same suppliers for my own motors, so I know their quality. He had a keyway. The keyway was awesome, and then I had a grub screw. The grub screw worked. What would happen after all? The grub screw comes loose, and then your pulley goes from side to side. And what does that do? That causes belt unalignment, and then you have a belt rubbing against your wheel, and you have belts that snap. This locking mechanism is a similar locking mechanism that I use for my hub motors to keep the stator on. So I've got 2 C-clips and a keyway, and that is what I rely on to keep the stator on my hub motors. So having it here on a motor shaft that's 8mm, perfectly thick enough for an electric skateboard, is an awesome thing. I love it. That's like the biggest thing that I like about this motor. If you're going to go deeper, this motor you can get direct from China. It's expensive. That's why Jason from Inertian actually sell this for a high price, because it is expensive. There's others that say that they're selling this motor, and that's fine. They they can sell a motor that's exactly the same, and that would mean that their quality is the same. The one thing about this motor and the factory that makes them is this is a 6355 outrunner motor. Generally, the 6355 has a 20 or a 25 mil long stator inside of it. This is all getting technical, guys. So this motor at 6355 has a 30 mil stator inside of it. It also has nice big chunky winding through there. The copper strands aren't particularly thick, but there's a lot of strands. Does that make an awesome motor? I know some motors that have that, but they're messy windings. Messy windings causes heat, causes inconsistent motor KVs, and that is what makes this motor good. It's wound neatly. They do it with machines. They don't do it by hand. Most of the motor factories in China, they have a whole bunch of people, usually girls, winding these motors. It hurts. If you've ever wound a motor by hand, it's not nice. You have to wear gloves, otherwise your hands get so sore. And then even with gloves, your hands get sore. I don't like to wind motors, and I've had to do it several times because I've made my own motors. I don't like to. This is good quality winding. They use proper winding machines. If I go to one of my motor factories, I've gone through like 6 motor factories. If I go to one of my motor factories and I say, I want my motor wound by a machine to get this quality winding, they're going to say, yep, cool. There's a mold fee for that winding. And basically that's computer programming, the winding machine, everything like that, getting it jigged for the stator. That means that Jason has to get these made in large quantities, or the factory has to get them made in large quantities. He's got his nice colours and his logo. He has to get them done at 190 kV in large quantities. This is why the price is high. Does the motor price go down? Yeah, it does. But the other thing that this motor has that 99% of motors don't, and they might say that they do, but they don't, is these are water resistant. What does that mean? That means that they haven't just covered the motor in epoxy, which causes heat to build up. It means that they have actually soaked this in a proper coating for 24 hours, which then causes this motor to be water resistant. Guys, think of me as a competitor for Inertia now. I am selling my own hub motors. Inertian is going to bring out hub motors eventually, and he's going to be my competitor. Inertian R-Spec motors, they are good motors. They are going to be a lot stronger and last longer than, guys, if you're going to buy a motor and you want a good quality one, buy one of these, or a Scorpion motor, because they're going to be damn good. Thank you very much for watching, and again, subscribe to my channel, because that only supports me and everyone else who wants to get this sort of advice, and they makes it easier for them to find it. So thank you very much, guys.